Welcome back to Smart Financial Lifestyles, and I'm so happy to welcome Dan and Nancy Morreo from Florida. Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hi,
Paul.
how are you?
I'm on my second act, and you guys are on like your second and third act. So, as we're so proud of you around here, because as people who've successfully left corporate America, the grind to do things you love, we're going to kind of talk about how that worked for you. Some people can't do it, by the way. They backslide, and they are retirement failures. They leave corporate life and then they go back. So, Danny, I think we met when you were like 30.
Yeah, probably just around 30. Yeah.
A long time ago, and through your wonderful family. And I got to tell you, your father was instrumental with me. You probably don't know this, but anyway, so um, I was a graduate originally when I got my undergrad degree from Northeastern School of Journalism. I thought I was going to be Walter Cronkite, be a reporter in Wall Street Journal or something. And your dad was quite negative about the newspaper business. Wow. Was he prescient or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, Paul, that's a dying industry. This is
Yeah.
I mean, he worked for one of the large, let's say, newspapers in the greater Boston area, which shall remain nameless. And, he was a wonderful guy. He had a great career, but he was also kind of saw the future, the end of the newspaper business
Yep.
when I met him. So I went back, I did postgraduate work. I got my financial consulting degree and everything. And I sort of left all that behind until 35 years later when I wrote a couple of books, it's like
Wow.
your dad and your mom were great people. Hey, Nance, are you feeling guilty about deserting your mother in Rhode Island?
Oh, please. I feel bad about leaving my whole family in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
We've
it's
got
a
the
big state.
grandkids there. We've got so much back there.
I know the geographic thing is something we talk about with all of our folks that migrate around during the first and second phase. So you guys selected Florida. You still love it. You're staying there.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We originally had thought about snowbirding, and we were gonna when we built this home down here, we were going to keep our home in Rhode Island, but the effects after effects of COVID and what happened with the economy, we decided to ditch our home in Rhode Island and just become full-time residents of Florida.
Yeah, we have a couple of back bouncers, a couple who just bounced back from Amelia Island and came back to Massachusetts. Mostly it's around what Nancy just said. It's the family. It's usually we got kids, we got grandkids. I mean, one of our long-term clients, her daughter just had twins in Worcester. So, so much for the house at Amelia Island, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, how
Yeah.
much can you fly?
Yeah.
So, and I know that Rhode Island was a big part of your life for many years, right? But is there any parts of this geography you miss? And you're living in, you know, the lack of snow and cold weather. Do you miss anything in Rhode Island?
Not really. I love the longer days. I love the warmer weather. Again, it's family and friends that you miss, and hopefully we'll get to see them and they'll come and get to see us and go back and forth.
Yeah,
Oh,
I do miss maybe a couple of cooler days in the summertime, but it down here in July and August it can be pretty rough. But we've made it through what, 3 summers now,
Yeah.
and we'll find our escape eventually as we go up and visit family or find some other place to stay for a couple of weeks or just to alternate back and forth to get out of the heat.
Now that I'm officially retired, we have a lot more flexibility. When I first came down working remotely for the first year and a half, 2 years, um, you had to work around your job. So now we don't have that, and we can be a little more flexible.
yeah, this is a super success story. So, for the people that are watching us, one of these things about transitioning from Act One to Act Two and Act Three. So, Danny, you really left what I would call like high octane corporate America. I mean, really, right? You were in
Yeah,
the, let's say, hospitality business. We don't have to bash any companies, but I think you probably have a really good sort of picture of that industry, right?
yeah.
And that's a pretty high octane environment, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's I spent 41 years doing that. It is what we talk about in the hospitality world. It's a perishable business, meaning that whatever doesn't get sold tonight can't be resold tomorrow. So every night is kind of a Super Bowl, and that you have to maximize your revenue every night because you can't make it up tomorrow.
My sister-in-law who just retired from one of those big companies says it's not 24/7, it's 24/8.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
Never, even after leaving the on-site and working in the corporate world, you were always on call, always 24/7, 24/8, 365. Didn't vacations were they were a nice thought, but there really wasn't that you were always being at somebody's beck and call. So
we'll go back to your dream act number 2 in a minute, but let me just say, so Nancy, was your job that stressful? I know you were like working remotely in finance kind of stuff, and it didn't seem to be as like mentally damaging as Danny's job was.
Well, it wasn't quite 24/7, but there were so many different responsibilities that it was something that it was hard to drag yourself away from. I mean, I think I had retired and I was still getting calls from clients. Retired the end of February, and I think my last call I got was about 2 months ago.
Mm.
Like they were still looking, they got very connected, and I was the go-to person for so many people. It took a while for that to slowly end. And I missed them. It was good. I loved my job.
And you were a pro, and I have to say, having been in the finance world for 50 years, I mean, I have to say, and this is a really good example for those people that are sort of like listening to this. I mean, we've all known each other many, many years, and you do have this crossover. People go from being just, business clients to associates to friends, and you get involved in their personal life, and it's like flypaper. I mean, even though I transitioned a lot of the daily activities in the firm that I started to the people, and I'm on my second act, having fun doing this, but still answering some of those calls. So when you were done, Nancy, from that aspect, what was your dream act 2? Because you're active people and you're not sitting around watching daytime TV. I know it, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, I coached figure skating for 39 years before I got involved with my corporate position, which I did both skating and my financial thing for 18 years at the same time. So I was
Wow,
working
I
two
didn't know
jobs
that.
basically for 18 years. And then I retired from skating. And during COVID, um, was really into Pilates. And before that, and ended up getting certified. So now my big thing down here is fitness and Pilates. So teaching right now 9 classes a week and loving it.
Good, good. So, for those people that don't know, your skating level was the level that got you into something called the Ice Capades, I think, and I think it was
Well, I skated with Ice Follies and then
Ice
Disney on
Follies.
Ice,
Yeah,
and I was a triple gold medalist in US figure skating.
yeah. I mean, that's about way up there in ice skating for those of us that slap the blades on and slide around a little bit. Now, that's a whole different thing. But no, Linda, my wife Linda, who's Canadian, and her four sisters, their sisters are all the pictures of them all in their ice skates at the rink. One of the benefits of growing up on military bases in Canada is they have monster rinks that are free, to keep all the kiddies occupied while the parents are fighting wars and stuff. Hey, Danny, what when you were young, did you just like always want to be in the baseball world? I mean, your second act is all about baseball.
It was baseball and hockey,
Oh,
and people say, what is your favorite sport? And it was whichever one I was playing at the time. So I put a lot of effort and really enjoyed playing hockey. That ended after high school, although I did go on to University of New Hampshire, and which was one of the top schools at the time. I didn't play there. But I did want to play Division One, but that didn't materialize. So, but then baseball, I continued to play baseball, into my 20s, 30s, and actually didn't retire from playing fast pitch wooden bat baseball until I was 45.
Wow. Okay. So, and what do you do now every day? Tell me about a day in the life of Danny at the ballpark.
So, since we came down here, and just out the back gate of our community is the Atlanta Braves spring training facility. And before we moved down here, I joked that, well, if I get bored, I'll just go over there and, find a job at the ballpark. Well, I think we got down here at
November.
Thanksgiving 3 years ago, and probably by December, I was over at the ballpark applying for a job. The one line that nobody was applying for, nobody was in, was for grounds crew. So I said, well, that sounds interesting. Let me see what that's all about. And interviewed for that job. My groundskeeping experience up until that point was maintaining our lawn and our home back home in Rhode Island. And so now 3 years later, 3 years in, I'm part of the grounds crew that maintains the 7 fields here in Northport for the Atlanta Braves.
Wow. And so, I mean, are you smiling every day when you go to work?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot different from the corporate grind, right? I mean, we're taking care of grass, we're taking care of dirt. I come home covered in clay at the end of the day, like a little kid. And, I work with a bunch of guys that, for the most part, are kids, a lot younger than me. So, I mean, I think I help keep them motivated, and they help keep me young. And we have a good time out there. We work hard. It's it is not for the meek. It's a kind of heavy construction type of job. It's very physical. That's why I like it. I'm outside versus a career inside for most of my life. So a lot of sun, a lot of sweat, but we have a good time.
I wrote a book about longevity, and like the second chapter in longevity, which I got from the Stanford study, a whole bunch of grinding research done by my bride and I over a period of a couple of years. And there's a lot of factual data around staying active. And you must see this because you're in Florida. You're not really in like a retirement community. Would you call your community like over 55, or what would you call it?
It isn't an over 55, but it is a what do they call it? Resort style living.
Yeah.
So it when we looked into it, the people we spoke with said this is one of the most active communities down here in the South Coast of Florida. I mean, on any given day, if you walk around or go to where the resort amenities are located, the tennis courts are packed, the pickleballs are packed, bocce courts, the
Swimming
gyms,
pools.
the swimming pools. I mean, people are out and about and moving throughout the community, which is, it's great. It keeps you young, it keeps you motivated, and people just aren't sitting around, watching the grass grow.
Yeah. Well, and I think some of it is genetically lucky for you because I watched your mom, who was a very avid skier, and she skied with guys that I know in the Over the Hill gang, well into her 80s and all. And I think that, movement equals longevity, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think, especially Nancy, do you teach in your Pilates? Do you teach like in the community you live in, or do you go somewhere else?
I teach in the community that I live in, and I also teach at a private club in another part of Florida in
So you,
Osprey.
so you've probably, because you're into health and fitness, and I hear a lot of this from my wife, who's got a reformer in our house, by the way, uh, and which you know a little bit about. Um, the difference between the people that you see that are active and doing things, as opposed to, I think there's another whole group of folks we sort of picture in Florida, the early bird dinner crowd, you
Mhm.
know, they watch daytime TV, they go to dinner for, I mean, you know, do you see the effects of activity really extending people's like active lives and their health and their,
Oh yeah, I have many women that are taking my Pilates class. I have men as well, but I have three women that have had hip replacements that have just, the doctors are amazed with their recovery. And they feel better now than they have in years. And I can see the changes in a lot of the people that come consistently. And, when it comes to a holiday like Thanksgiving, I'll offer them an 8 o'clock class and they're like, oh yeah, we want to do that before we have dinner. So
Wow.
they'll do an 8 a.m. class and then they'll have their Thanksgiving and then they look forward to coming back immediately on Friday.
That
So
is so, it is so great. I mean, it's great to see. And again, movement equals longevity, right? Tell me, you have this big full life. I think the last time I saw you, did you have one or two dogs? I forget.
We had two. We still have one. Unfortunately, Holly, this past July, passed away at the age of 14.
We just lost our Ollie too. It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. Ollie the lad. Well, dogs give you so much during your lifetime. But so managing your animals, managing your parents, managing, it's like life gets complicated, right? But you guys seem to have phased into this like new era, right? Like very successfully. The reason that we're having this, by the way, is to be inspirational to other people. You cannot believe, again, I have a perverted sort of view of this because I've met 4,000 families in my career. A lot of them are backsliders. They go back to work because they get the structure of 9 to 5 was so important to them, and their identity was so attached to what they did for a living that, as my old friend Tony says, if you retire, you better have something to do,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because and you guys had a whole agenda of things to do. So
Yeah.
what's the long-term plan? Now, you have between the two of you, how many kids?
5.
5.
Five.
Yeah.
Okay, big herd. And I think I heard some noises about grandchildren too.
Yep. 3.
3.
Yep.
Wow.
3
Okay.
grandkids. Yeah.
Yeah. And are they all in the Northeast?
All are in Rhode Island.
All in Rhode Island. Yeah. Oh, okay. So what's the long-term plan? You guys are when you think about the long term, you're still young, by the way,
Yeah.
super young. And you look great, by the way, on TV. Everybody's going to say they can't be retired. They're way too young. So what's your plan long term? When you think about this situation, do you think you're going to put your kids in the position of managing you late in life, 2,000 miles away? Is that your plan?
Our children managing us.
Hmm.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we'll take care of each other.
Yeah. I mean, at this point in our lives, I mean, I think we're thinking and hoping that we still have quite a lot of runway before that situation occurs. But I think we're strong people. We're healthy. We're
Yeah.
active. As you were saying about the second act. I mean, having this second job to get up to. I mean, I've worked with the Braves everywhere from pretty much a 6 day, 5, 6 day a week to a 7 day a week situation to now I've reduced myself down to 3 days a week. And they've been great about accommodating me. I mean, part of that, the latest cutback is kind of, in keeping with Social Security restrictions. But they've been great about that. And it's been great to be able to have something to get up to. But I don't have to do it every day. We get up every day. If I'm not working, the first thing, I know either she's teaching a class or I'm going to the gym. We play golf. I've took golf lessons and for the first time played golf since I was probably 10 years old, all self-taught. And I played like I was self-taught. And so I finally couldn't take it anymore.
You
And
can't take your wife beating you at golf. I get it.
yeah, that pretty much. I
Because
mean,
you married a super athlete,
she can
so
get off the tee. She can get off the tee better than me.
I
And
know she's a triple threat. Believe me, I'm well aware that you're punching above your weight. I mean,
yeah, yeah. So that has helped. I still need more lessons. This guy, I'll probably buy this golf pro a car before it's all over. But so we do that,
Play
and
tennis.
we play tennis. We play with a group called the Rusty Rackets. We were never into that. We didn't play it as a sport in school. We just hit the ball around with our friends and family growing up, and so this group has allowed us to get back into it.
Know the rules and
Yeah.
be
Now
able to
they're
enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, and now they're trying to recruit us to get into the more. They have competitive leagues here, and they're trying to get us into to those situations, which we're kind of like, well, I don't think we're ready for that yet. But
Yeah.
they're kind of pushing us along to get more involved. So
Well, it's
uh,
interesting about the sports industry because they identified a niche with this pickleball thing. And I have to tell you, I mean, we have pickleball addicts and they're like competitive about it, which
yeah,
I don't think is all terrible. I mean, it's like,
yeah,
it's that joy of movement thing, right? It's
yeah,
whatever it is that gets you out moving seems to work, right? And
yep.
so I think that
And we're not pickleballers yet. We've gone to tennis, and we will maybe graduate to pickleball at some point.
Mhm.
But we're still on the tennis phase at this point, which is very big in the community we live in.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And again, competitive matches against other communities and all different levels for men and women, and it's a whole world unto itself, which we're just kind of on the periphery, kind
Yeah.
of scratching the surface of it. But the group we belong to is kind of where you kind of launch launch yourself into this other bigger world of tennis. So
this is like the first year of the two of you being technically completely retired from corporate life, 9 to 5, right?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. And so, and when you talk about your daily activity, you know how people joke about you're married for better or for worse, but not for lunch, you know? It's not right. So you don't get up in the morning, start looking at each other, and say, what are we going to do today? Right.
no, some days it's to the point of I think I'm overcommitted, right? I
Yeah.
think why am I doing all this to myself? But again, it beats the alternative, and there's so much to do here, and a lot to do that you have to sometimes you have to say no, or back off a little bit. But I'd rather it be that way than sitting around waiting or wondering how I'm going to pass the day. I mean, just even walking in this community, go for a walk. The circumference of our community is probably close to 5 miles.
Yeah.
So that's a good walk. I do that on, at least a couple of times a week. You can bike ride, you can rollerblade, you can
Anything.
pretty much do anything.
So let's talk about the big three things that you would say to our retirees or pre-retirees that are sort of hanging out. They're like ghosting you right now. They're watching you. You don't know they're out there. Right. Number one, geography. Was Florida your first pick? You didn't consider anywhere else when you guys were leaving, I guess what we call where you grew up, right? Right. When you were making this big change, was Florida the one and only choice for you?
Dan threw the arrow. He threw the little dart at the board in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say growing up and visiting here over the years, I didn't think it was going to be my first choice, to be honest. I mean, we kind of thought of maybe Arizona, but I'm kind of, grew up not far from the beach. I need the water somewhere around. And then we started to visit down here. I've got some cousins that have some beachfront condos up a little bit north of here, and we spent some time at their place and whatever, and again just decided that between the climate, the cost of living, a lot of other things that went along with it, that Florida was the right place for us.
So, Nance, especially, tell me how you came to the conclusion it was time to go. Like, this ought to be smiling. So, what was the last straw? No, I'm kidding. Because people have a hard time deciding like where to go, but also when to go.
Well, we were building the house, so it was pretty much whenever the house is done was when we were going to be moving. And it was really that last minute pull that we were going to get rid of our home in Rhode Island, just because the opportunity was there. We felt a little bit strange leaving the house in the middle of the winter when it was, 40 some odd years old and pipes could freeze and everything else. We just thought it would be better for us to let it go and then revisit something back in Rhode Island at another time and adjust here first. So we've been pretty much settled now to the point, again, now that I'm retired, it seems as though our lives have freed up so that if we do want to do something for a month or two or whatever, we can do whatever we want now.
Did you just wake up one day and just call it in to your employer and say, um, the bell went off, I'm done, I'm out of here?
I gave my employer like 3 months notice. I retired 25 years to the day that I was with my last employer, and I just picked that date. I said that 25 years, and again, a total of 41 in the business, but uh, I'm done. I'm done at 25. So that was my walk away point. And I think, for us, I mean, COVID for everybody was a rough deal. Down here with the weather and being outside and not
Yeah.
having a lot of that. And again, I don't want to disparage New England. We love New England, and it was great. But for us, the summers were too short and the winters were too long.
And the days were too short.
Yeah.
Here you get to live another hour and a half, 2 hours in daylight every day. It's like just more life to live.
So, Nancy, did you have like an X on the calendar the day you knew you were leaving your job way in advance? Did you have it
Oh
all?
yeah.
Up?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you did.
I gave them 3 years notice.
Whoa. Oh my God.
I gave them 3 years notice. It was a transition. We had a corporate buyout. And when that happened, I had just said that I would stay for 3 years and then I was going to move on.
Oh, that's a long, long notice. Okay.
It is.
What would you have done differently? Last question for everybody. Everybody thinks about, like we've had people who downsized to too small a place and then they had to buy that, they sell it, they bought another place, they upsize, they end up paying commissions twice and moving twice. Like, okay, you guys seem to have had this super smooth transition from geography, from your jobs to like, what would you have done differently now looking back and you're giving advice to probably there's 7,000 retirees every day in America, right? They're all looking online thinking, okay, what would we do differently?
Well, when we built this house, we built it as though it was going to be a second home. So we were more on the conservative side. We got everything that we wanted, but we still had the big house back home. I think if we had known from the moment that we were going to build, we would have built the dream house that we were really thinking about.
Bigger.
A little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. I love hey, Nancy loves this house that it's half the house that she has to clean, or us clean.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I noticed that right away, how he said that, Nancy. You
but
slid that in there.
and utilities and all of that. I'm not paying for a lot of extra expense for heating and cooling and things like that of space that we don't use. But for as the family continues to expand, it would be nice to have some more space so that when they do come to visit, that everybody can be comfortable. And so, that was the I guess the one thing that I don't know, we regret, but just the timing of things and how it played out. So now we're in that stage. We love where we live. There's what is there? There's almost 2,400 homes in the community in which we live, and so there is opportunities in the future for I mean, people are aging out, people are moving, just like you said. We've got a lot of people that are moving because of family situations and things like that. So there's always movement, and so we've got our eye out, and we may upsize again sometime in the future.
So all the grandkids can come and visit.
That's right. Yep.
Right? Is that like the point?
Yeah, that's the
I know
point.
we had like I was just away in Thanksgiving in Colorado. We had 15 people, which is our mat. We couldn't sleep another person, right?
Yeah.
At our place. And all the family was there, everything from the newest little ones, running around, the toddler types to the and yeah, space is kind of important.
Yeah.
Only for those times a year.
Right.
Otherwise, I've seen your home. It's beautiful. You have a great place. Even the alligators love it, or crocodile, whatever
Yeah.
those creatures are that are out there, like in between the houses, right?
Yep. Everywhere. Yep.
So what else? Okay, so the residential thing. Do you feel like I had somebody tell me the other day they retired too early? And of course, we have people who say they retired too late. Um, is there anything you would have done differently regarding your employment?
No.
No,
No.
no. So you
No.
hit it just right for you.
I did. I think, and again, not to toot your horn, but with your advice and counsel along the way, that I was at a position or in a position, timing in my life that I was able to do this and not feel like I had to go back to work. I mean, I took this job with the Braves simply. It's like I can either go to the gym or I can go to work. It's a workout over there. So I don't see it as something I need to do. That the money is nice. I'm not going to turn it down, but it's I do it because I want to do it, not because I have to do it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And I appreciate your little comment there. I think for all the people that are listening, we obviously we did a lot of financial work over the years, and we recommend strongly people hire advisors and talk. You can't talk to yourself all the time, and some of these decisions do involve a little input from other people. But we have we encounter a lot of folks who will not retire because they don't have a second act goal. You guys seem to have had a goal of what you were going to do with this next 20 years of your life, which I think is really important, right? I mean, you guys got out, you're young, you're healthy. Uh, I was interested to hear that your partner there doesn't want to go into the rinks anymore. I thought I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of interesting. You surprised me.
Yeah, I took a ride to give it a try and see if, I kept thinking I would like to go back and just do basic skills,
Yeah.
not even competitive coaching. And I spent 3 hours just meeting the coaches and on the ice with the kids. And I got out of there and I was like, heck no, I can't do this. There's no way. It's too cold. The bones were already aching. And it's like, why? Driving 45 minutes so I could be miserable for the ride home. So I just said, no, we're going to just stick with the Pilates and personal training, and anything that's with fitness and skating is just not going to be for me, except if we go with our grandkids.
Well,
Yeah,
that and,
well, yeah.
if if they ever build a rink closer to us, maybe that might get revisited.
Maybe. Yeah.
But
But with this right
down
now,
here, the temperature differential when you walk, it's 85 degrees, 95 degrees outside, and then you step into that rink that's in the 30s,
mhm,
probably, right?
yeah.
That differential just goes,
Yeah.
it kills you. When you're going from 30 degrees to 30 degrees back home, that it doesn't hurt so bad,
Yeah.
It's true. I hope for you that some of your grandkids go into hockey so you can go into the rinks like at 8 o'clock in the morning, freeze your brains off watching them play, right? Well, my nephew just he skated for Ottawa University, he got drafted by the Edmonton Oilers, whatever. But his little son was just born and he named him Gordy. So for those people that are listening that know anything about sports, right, you have to have a lot of guts to name your little son Gordy after Gordie Howe. So he'll be in the dark and cold, Nancy, for the next 10 years of his
hmm
life,
Yep.
right?
Oh yeah.
Getting
Yep.
up in the middle of the night, going to the rink, getting ice time. Yeah, it's you made a commitment for I didn't know it was 18 years of
Well, doing both.
working
For both.
both.
Yeah, both.
Right.
I coaching full time and then working full time.
Yeah, so you paid your dues. You
Yeah,
paid
I'm
your
done.
dues. You're done. You're done with the ice. You're done with the ice. All right,
Yep.
listen. I want to wrap up. I want to thank you guys. I mean, we've taken a lot of your sunshine day. I know you're going to walk outside now and get more sunshine and more outside time. And I just want to congratulate you both. We're so proud of you around here at Legacy. We have worked with so many folks over the years, and to see people sort of achieve their goal, number one, of getting out at the right time. And number two, getting into something that you really have more of a passion for. You both seem like really into it, right?
Yep.
Whether it's pushing dirt around in clay, on the grounds, right?
Yep.
Or helping people with their health and fitness. I think that's a great story. And I hope it inspires some other people to take the plunge, get out, go from act one to act two. For those of us that are in the second or third act of our lives, right? I have to say it's fun to do stuff when you don't have to do it for a living, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And we
Right.
got, I think we've got more acts to follow. So
Oh, yeah,
we'll
sure.
we'll see what the future holds.
Oh, well, stay tuned. Keep us
Yeah.
posted. All right.
Right.
Thank you to Dan and Nancy Morreo in Florida. I'm going to wave goodbye to you guys. We'll see you online. Our folks will get this stuff up and posted. Another super successful retirement story. And we'll see you again next time on Smart Financial Lifestyles.